Hi, and welcome back to BeanTalk. Today we have a very special guest with us, Martin Wölfl, a good friend of mine. We used to work together at barista. And yeah, Martin, he works now for Öfferl, for a bakery, and does the whole coffee concept for them. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So first of all, it's a pleasure to talk with you and to be back with you in here and to talk about coffee. And also, thank you a lot for the invitation. As you said, my name is Martin, and right now I'm working for Öfferl. To sum it up, more or less the head of coffee there. So we brought out our own coffee brand in October 2021 and started our own roastery. And that's where we are right now. And it's really a good step that a bakery moved also into coffee and started to implement a roastery.
Yeah, so that's amazing. I mean, how did they come up with the idea, or why did they think, okay, we make great bread, let's make some great coffee as well?
Yeah, so everything started in September 2019 when Öfferl opened the first shop in Vienna, in the first district, in the Waldseile. And it's not that far away when you think about eating a delicious croissant or a pain au chocolat or a Kipferl in the morning. You also want to have a coffee in the morning, and a good coffee. And Lukas and Georg Öfferl were sitting in their car, so from Vienna to Garbage. Garbage is the hometown, but town, it's a small village in the north of Lower Austria, not far away from the border, Czech Republic. And they were talking about, maybe they want to do something with coffee, and then came up with the idea, so if we want to work with coffee, why shouldn't we do it our own?
Yeah.
And after this talk, Lucas said, okay, let's buy a roaster, and started. And I'm not sure if they already know what work is behind roasting coffee and what steps are important to bring out a good coffee brand, but that's how it started. And as you said, I've working with Balthasar with you together, and these two guys came and were asking tons of questions. And then Lucas and Georg came, and we were in charge a lot of espressos together. And they came up with a lot of questions. And I don't know, at the fifth time, I asked them what they are doing, and so that's how we became friends, and that's how everything started. Yeah.
It's amazing, and I think we can say for sure that their effort kind of paid off, and you make some amazing coffee, because at this point, congratulations, you're the new Brewers Cup champion from Austria. And you even competed with coffee that you from Öfferl roasted yourselves, right? Yeah,
so it was my third Brewers Cup championship, 2021, and we're thinking about what kind of coffee we will take, and then we were thinking about what fits perfectly to us and how we'd feel comfortable with, and we said why we should buy really expensive coffee from far away, where we don't know the farmer, where we don't know the philosophy behind. And we decided to just take a coffee we already have in our shops and we already were selling at this point, because we just love this coffee and we love the idea behind. We know the farmers and the whole philosophy, and we're like, would be amazing to just use that coffee. And I've been at this finca in March 2020 and kind of feel connected to this farm, and said it would be a pleasure to just take this coffee to the stage. And that's what we did, and it paid off, and it was great.
That's amazing. And maybe for people that are not familiar with Brewers Cup or what it is, could you maybe explain it?
Yeah, so every year take place the Barista Championship in Austria, and then the one who will win this kind of competition will go to the Worlds. And I took place at the Brewers, as you said, and so there are two categories or two steps what you have to do. And the first one is called compulsory service. Okay. So that means every competitor don't know the coffee you get at this point, and you get a bag. It's just there's nothing on it, and you don't have any idea what coffee is inside. And you have to use the water and also the grinder from the stage. So you can't bring your own, and you just can decide what kind of brewing device you will use. So then you have a practice time for, I don't know, half an hour. And
Wow.
then you have 7 minutes competition time,
Yeah.
where you have to brew 3 times this coffee for the judges.
Okay.
So it's more or less blind. That means the judges are not sitting in front of you.
Yeah.
They just get your cups with the coffee you brewed, and then they will judge it, and then they will decide, okay, how complex is this kind of coffee versus the acidity, sweetness, is it round, is it interesting, and so on.
Wow.
And this is the first part.
Okay.
And at the next day, there will be the open service. That means you decide what kind of coffee you will bring with you. You can decide the brewing device, which kind of grinder you will use. You also have to prepare kind of presentation. So they're sitting 3 judges in front of you, like at the coffee shop, the customers, and 2 in the back. And the 2 in the back are just watching how you're working. And
everything.
Yeah.
From the shadows.
It's a bit, like a lot of stress. And then you have 10 minutes. And you have to tell them the story behind the coffee, the roasting, the water, the recipe you're using, and everything about what you know. And you have to connect the judges to the coffee and also to the sensoric part. And so 10 minutes, 3 coffees.
Yeah.
To explain the whole coffee is a bit stressful, so you have to be
about
really
to say,
strict.
It's not a lot of time.
No, it's not. It sounds a lot, but 10 minutes, 3 cups, and brewing filter is a bit stressful. So you have to prepare a bit, and but it makes a lot of fun, to be honest.
Would definitely be difficult for me, brewing the coffee and talking, all the multitasking.
Yeah, you're learning
takes a lot of training.
But it's not that far away from a customer experience at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Because you have to catch the customers,
Yeah.
and you have to bring the story, the cup, to the customers.
Yeah.
And that's what we were doing every day right now.
Yeah.
If the customer have a question about the coffee, you have to catch him and have to talk about the coffee and about what taste profile he or she will get, and to connect the customers to the coffee. That's the important part, and I think that's a big learning you will have this time.
Yeah, I can imagine. And so it's very interesting, like you said, it's a coffee you had in your shops, and for me, for most parts, people that compete at Barista Championship or Brewers Cup or whichever competition usually get like the most exclusive lots and very expensive coffee. And I was prepared to ask you if you would think that you would have to get the most expensive and rarest coffee. But I guess you've already answered this question. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I think, no, you don't have to. I mean, you have to decide what story you will bring to the judges, to the colleagues, to the friends and everything, because you also have to be a bit connected to the coffee,
Yeah.
And it's not always about expensive coffees.
Yeah.
It's about the story behind. It's about the farmer, how the farmer is working, all the workers behind the coffee, and it's not just. I think the competitions. They just one person in front of the stage brewing, and then if you're lucky, you win something and holding a trophy. But it's never about one person. It's always there are tons of people behind, and that means everything starts with the farmer themselves, with the workers, the employees at the farm, and with the roasting. And for me, it's always like a puzzle. You're adding one piece, but everything had to go hand in hand. And I'm not a big friend to just get an expensive coffee.
Yeah.
Because this coffee maybe won a different championship and so on and so on. I always, and for the first time, I also competed like that. It was in 2019. I was also thinking about what kind of story I want to share with the people, and it felt a way better for me to get a coffee from a farmer I know, and where a farm I know, and that's how I'm interacting. But sure, there are tons of good coffees around, competition coffees as well, but it's not. I think it's more than just expensive coffee. You have to
for sure
talk about the passion of also the farmers, the philosophy behind, and yeah,
When everything
if it
goes
feels
into the coffee.
yeah, it has to feel also good for you as well if you
Yeah.
want to share the story, and
Yeah.
then you can catch
Yeah,
the judges or the customers
yeah,
because you feel good with the kind of coffee.
yeah. And it's amazing. I mean, now it's a coffee, like you said, you sell at your shops or bakeries.
Yeah.
And also serve there. So it's nice. So you can actually, it's not only exclusive for the competition, but you can actually also just go there and present it to your customers. The
Yeah,
great
I mean,
coffee.
if you just have half a kilo from the competition
Yeah.
coffee, you want to open a coffee for every regular customer. You want to brew it also for them, to
Yeah.
bring this story also to not to the judges and not just to the stage, to bring it also to the regular customers at the coffee shop.
Yeah,
And I think this is also good for everyone who is enjoying coffee to get, okay, why is this kind of competition coffee and why he chose that kind of coffee and why this coffee won and maybe it tastes different than the other one. And then you open it and the people and the customer are thinking about flavors, about
Yeah.
roasting profiles maybe, and about the farm. And so the funny thing at the competition afterwards, after I got the trophy, a lot of people came to me and said, yeah, do you have 20 grams of the coffee? I want to brew it at home and maybe you have a small bag. And I said,
Yeah.
you can go just online in our online shop and buy it. It's just the coffee we took out.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just exactly this one.
yeah,
So, and we wanted to brew and roast it as good as possible.
yeah,
And not just, in my opinion, for competitions, but also for the daily routine at the coffee
Yeah.
shop. So, yeah, and it also felt great because, as I said, I've been at the farm now second time,
yeah.
and it's a
We
really
will actually
unique.
come back and tell us a
that.
little bit about
Yes,
the farm in our next episode.
and so this was also a really important step for me to just
Yeah,
take this coffee and make the best out of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so now you actually get to go to the World Championships as the Austrian Brewers Cup Champion, which is taking place in Melbourne, right?
Yes, yeah, in September.
In September.
Middle of
Yeah.
September. Mm.
And so how do you even prepare for something like that? What all goes into the preparation of the Brewers Cup or Barista Championship in general?
I got this question at other interview as well, and the question was when you started to prepare. And
Yeah.
I was thinking about, and I think there is no time and no date, and no when you say, okay, all right, now I'm starting, and then I'm ending the preparation because
Yeah.
it's a learning from day to day. And
Yeah.
my preparation and also the focus, so in my preparation for exactly these worlds already started because I've been last week or week before in Guatemala to find some coffees at the farm
Yeah.
for the worlds, and now the coffee gets shipped. And when we get the coffee in the first part of I think June, then we start to roast, and then we will find we have to. It's like a empty painting, and you have to add different things, and you get the coffee, then roast it completely different to find out what the coffee wants to tell you and what is inside the coffee, so more or less, and then find the roast profile, temperature, time, how are you roasting, and then this also you have to think about the brewing.
Yeah.
So you have 10 minutes, 3 cups, and maybe you think about the brewing recipe, about what kind of water you're using, because it's, as you said, in Melbourne, and the water is different, so it doesn't make sense if you brew it here in Weinviertel or wherever you are, and you decide, okay, with that water, with that recipe, it works perfect. But then you're going to Melbourne, and you have different water. Everything is different, the altitude, and so you have to think about also about this very important step.
Yeah.
But roasting, brewing device, water, recipe, cupping profile, presentation.
Yeah. How everything comes together.
Yeah,
at
the whole
end.
story. So what you want to tell the judges, also the world.
Yeah.
So why you choose that coffee.
Yeah.
And so I think it's also like, again, come back to the beautiful puzzle. You're adding piece after piece.
Yeah.
And sometimes the preparation also feels like you're losing one piece again and you're adding another one.
Yeah.
But it's
Trying
it
to
would
get
be
the right piece.
Yeah, to put it on the
Yeah.
right place.
Yeah.
So a lot of things to do right now to get to the vaults, but
Yeah, I can only
right
imagine.
now it's in September, so everything is fine.
Yeah, for
But-
now.
for now, but it will be stressful in summer, I think. But I'm really looking forward also to this time because
Yeah.
you're learning a lot when
Yeah, I
you
can
prepare for
imagine.
something like that. Yeah.
And also a lot of people. And I'm sure Australia is nice as well.
Yeah, looking forward. I will add a week or 2 weeks. Maybe go on holiday and see a bit of the country and the cities.
Yeah.
So there is a beautiful coffee scene, what I heard. So I will figure out what they're doing and I will stay maybe a couple of weeks longer to enjoy this beautiful country.
That's awesome. Well, I think from everyone here at BeanTalk, good luck at the World Brewers Cup Championship.
Thank you. Yeah.
Make us proud.
Yeah, thank you. We can talk in October again, so we will see.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for now. Thank you so much, Martin.
Thank you.
And you will come back and talk about the farm the next episode. So yeah.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Max.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you soon. And for you, have a great week and drink loads of good coffee. Bye.
Bye.